Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I like when you have a pair and then they separate or divorce, and then one of the former pair keeps talking about the other one all the time. But then, while talking about the other one, bringing the other person up all the time. Like, hey, Gigi did this, Gigi did it, Gigi. And then from time to time, the other person says, well, I'm not obsessed with Gigi. Gigi is not important in my life. Gigi has no value. I'm done with Gigi. But talks about Gigi every day, 5 times a day. Now, this is what the Ukrainians, the American newspaper, and the British newspaper are doing regarding Wagner. If you scroll down on Google, Yahoo, wherever you're going to go on your browsers, you're going to find out articles about Wagner every day. 10 at least. If you go on, let's say 150, 10 are about Wagner or something. I don't know if that's the exact proportion, but anyway. And then now we find out that actually Wagner has minimal impact in the war in Ukraine. I don't care about him, but I talk about him every day, and I'm telling you what he did, what he's doing, what? Gigi, leave Gigi alone if he's really unimportant in your life. The same here. They're talking about Wagner and Prigozhin every day. Now, you have the Ukrainians saying, actually, minimum impact. But they talk about Bakhmut, they talk about war crimes, they talk about alleged. They're accused. Anyway, let's go here. I'm not defending those guys, but I'm just using the words they use. And their words are important because, they have meaning. The New Voice of Ukraine, April 30th, 2023. Wagner Group has minimal impact on fighting in Ukraine. National Guard. So why in the hell you bother? I don't know. It's like you cover a certain, fighter Gigi on the front, and you keep covering the fighter Gigi. Is a regular fighter as anybody else. But Gigi is unimportant, but you make articles for the past year every day, 5 times a day with Gigi. And I'm quoting, there is nowhere for them to get people from anymore. They have really suffered significant losses, Koval said. Well, it's not the same thing you said about 2 weeks ago, when you said that actually they got new forces. Now they are recruiting from other areas. They opened recruitment areas all over Russia. Now which one is it? Anyway, and I'm quoting, I just see that all the fields are scattered with the bodies of their Wagnerites, mercenaries in the parentheses, and no one is coming to get them. Nobody wants to fight anymore. I like when I say nobody and all that. So you understand that this guy or whoever writes this, nobody wants to fight anymore. Then why do we still have people shooting rifles and sending you missiles and artillery shells daily, all day, if nobody wants to fight anymore? Again, what do you want? Again, previously, Yevgeny Prigozhin, an infamous warlord and leader of Russia's Wagner mercenary company, complained that Wagner would soon disappear as, and I'm quoting, there are not many Wagner fighters left. He also said, if you put that together with the fact, according to Prigozhin is a fact, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a fact, the Wagner company lacks ammunition, and if they don't receive ammunition from the Russian military, then they will pull out of Bakhmut because they cannot fight anymore. Alright, so put that together with this one and it gives you a different nuance. Again, Wagner's Prigozhin wants at least 33,000 more convict recruits to his PMC. That's another article that they showed before. It's not 34,000 or 31, or it's exactly 33,000. Why? I don't know. He must be a very calculated person. He knows exactly what I'm going to use each and every person. Again. Prigozhin also said it was possible that his Wagner mercenaries might withdraw from Bakhmut. Correct, for the reasons I already gave you 37 seconds ago. Ukraine still holds the western part of the war-torn Donetsk Oblast, frontline town, after over 9 months of bitter fighting. All right, well, I hope that ends soon. I hope the whole thing in Ukraine ends and no more killing and all that. So let's go back to this one. So are they important? Minimal. They didn't make the point. How did they figure out that Wagner has a minimal impact? They should tell us somehow. They should tell us in a way like, okay, the Wagnerites are about 5 more people over there, and we know them where they're located. And on the, I don't know, front line of, let's say, 1,000 kilometers, they are just a little piece of shit over there fighting as criminals. But give me information, give me more details. No, don't say, well, Prigozhin said that we're going to disappear and nobody wants to pick them up. Nobody wants to pick them up. Nobody wants to fight anymore. Nobody wants to pick the cadavers from the, wherever they fought. This is like I tell you, tomorrow things will happen and people will come over and people will go and people will say things and people will start doing this. And tomorrow I'm going to receive a phone call or more than one phone calls and people will text me tomorrow. Okay, Emily, you're not saying anything. This is general stuff. All right? So the same here. These guys did not, in my assessment, did not make their case. And I personally think they bring a minimal, how should I call it? They have a minimal impact. I think they are fighting in important locations. Now, I don't know if those locations are important because the mass media makes them to be important or really are. Because if you remember, Wagner Group was involved in Mariupol, which was important. They were with Kadyrov and his fearless fighters over there. Okay? And then there was Soledar. Again, it was Bakhmut in Soledar. And again, in Bakhmut in Soledar, it was Wagner in Soledar. And now Bakhmut again are these guys. And all these areas were hot points in the war. So I don't know if, it is unimportant or minimal. I don't care if Wagner is or is not. I have not, but I can't help talking about these guys talking smack right here. Nothing. Yes, they were important. In Mariupol were important. Was Mariupol important? Azovstal, was it important? Yes, it was. Soledar salt mines, was that something important? Yes, it was. At least the whole mass media was making, they were making articles daily, 5, 10, 15 about Soledar. Now Bakhmut, every day you find it, all the articles. Is that important? It is important. Who's fighting over there? And you always get, in these 3 examples, at least, which is always for these 3 examples, you have the Wagnerites involved in this, and Prigozhin coming and talking, and people giving attention to Prigozhin. So it must have an impact over there. So anyway, this is again, if you divorced and you're separated, why do you keep talking about that person? It doesn't have any impact on my life. So you talk about that person all day long. Anyway, this is it. Thank you I think they have an impact. Big impact? No, I don't know if big, but important. Because they're in the hot spots. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.